Hello, and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. We're back again on Thursday. We're going to be doing this incredible Lego kit. This is the Lego Millennium Falcon from the Force Awakens. We got an old Han Solo in here. I'm going to say hi to chat. Thanks for everybody that's here in the chat room. If you're a subscriber, throw up a bear cave. Johnny Warps, you're getting some snacks. Okay. Well, I'm going to be here till 9:30. Or sorry, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So I got an hour and a half here. New super expensive PC. Oh, you're building a PC. That's awesome. Chat is already a buzz. Already people talking in the chat room. Oh, I want to say hello if you're just joining us because I appeared last Saturday on the extra live stream for Giant Bomb with Alex Navarro as he drummed for too long. If you gave me a follow because of that, welcome. I do Gundam model kits and Lego. This is the biggest Lego kit I think I've ever built. This is 1,300 pieces. The Lego Millennium Falcon. We'll go to their wide shot here. So I do want to show this before we get into it. Move my mouse out of the way. So Boulder Paw, hello. So I want to show this. I'll tilt this down. So I've done some knolling here. And I am out of room. This is only one bag. It's one big bag, one little bag. And I took everything out and organized it by, I'll do that to give myself a little more room, by color and then by shape as best I could. I got these little pieces that want to roll off my table. So I'm using the huge, thick manual. Let's look at this, 150-something pages. And so we'll angle this back up a little bit so you don't see all of that. You don't see my extra camera. So great. Thank you for being a subscriber, showing the Bear Cave emote, which is yours. So great. Thank you for subscribing again. I really appreciate it. 2 months in a row. That's awesome. Yes, Johnny Warps. I believe the next archive, which will go up, of Alex's, the second part of Alex's, is going to go up at some point, I hope, and I'm on that. I don't know. I'm out there somewhere singing. But yeah, so the thing with Lego is this is huge. This is a giant piece. I'm not going to try to, I'm going to try my best to not open bags on camera because I know the crinkle crackle sound does not work for a lot of you. But my hope is that I'm going to go bag by bag, knoll as much as I can, then build. I'm going to follow along as I can. I've got my minifigs. This will be the last time we see these minifigs because they're going to go into a bag. I'm going to put them in the number 1 bag so that I know where they are. And then any extra pieces that might be in there will go in this number 1 bag. So there was a tiny number 1 bag and a big number 1 bag. And there's like, I think bag 7 is the same, something like that. Yes. So thank you. So great. If you've got a Twitch Prime, because you have Amazon Prime, you got that coin, you want to use that on me, that would be great. We're at 31 subscribers. We're on the road to 50. At 50, I give away another model kit that I had completed previously on the stream. Ronald, because of Alex, you finally broke down and bought a Rock Band 4 and PS4. Yeah, I could see that being on sale. The thing is, like, I just don't have people. And if I don't have people, I'm not going to devote a lot of money and resources into Rock Band again. Because that's just, to me, is a very fun social game. Oh, we got stickers. I'm going to try to apply stickers because they look fucking cool. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Oh, and then the last thing I'll say is we've got our brick separator. Say that. Oh, thank you for the follow, Tanuki Suit 1. So brick separator is our only tool. It's a new thing. When I did Lego as a kid, didn't have one of these. They're not new, but they're new to me. And I use that a little bit on our Ecto 1. So I'll put that aside. And now we're going to get into it. Been talking for 5 minutes here. It's time to get a little building done. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to build on the surface because this is nice and should keep things from rolling around, especially as I build the foundation of our Millennium Falcon. When we did our Ecto 1, the worst, shittiest part of that Ecto 1 was that the pages were black, and so it was very hard to see the colors. because I'm trying to go off by color, especially parts that are similar. It's a lot more helpful. Zorbs, thank you again for 3 months subscriber. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get all the pieces that I need. I'm going to need 4 black of these little guys here. I've got that. Let me know if it sounds good here in the chat. It looks like my camera is autofocusing again, so I'm going to turn that off. And then hopefully it will look cool and fine. Zorbs, thank you again for subscribing for 3 months. That's rad as hell. Configure video. This will be done in just 1 second, y'all. Then we'll get into it. Turn an autofocus off. Great. That should fix the problem. Harold's hosting. Thanks, Harold. Appreciate it. Okay. So we need 2 of these long ones here. The nice thing, knolling is a thing that as a kid I never thought to do. I would just open every bag, dump it in the center of the room, and then go for it. So the idea of separating them by like shape and color is so novel that I'm very happy that I'm doing that, because otherwise this could just take forever. Instead of taking forever, like legitimately, I don't know how long this will be. We're doing a crazy thing, working on this. For me, 1,300 pieces. I don't know. I don't know how long it'll take. I do know that next Saturday when I'm in Philly, I'm not bringing this with me. I'm going to work on some mega constructs when I'm in Philly. All right, so that's this piece. It shows you what it becomes, I guess. Yeah. All right, so this is what it wants me to do. Great. Okay, so I did that. And that goes in here. But does it not? Sorry. I didn't read ahead, so I'm like looking at this, and yeah, it just like dumps it on there. Okay, it just, there's no instructions to this part. It's like, this isn't hard, just do it. So 2 long black pieces. What is that? Is that black or gray? Looks gray. Okay. Yeah, because we don't have black pieces, so it's got to be that. All right, and that goes like this. We're just going to take our time with it. We're going to figure out, we're going to do it as we go. We'll make sense of it as we do it. I think that's the only way we can do this. Otherwise, we will go crazy, and I don't want to go crazy. I just want to build some Lego kits. Checking the chat. The Falcon stays in the bear cave. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going in. I'm not going to travel with a Millennium Falcon kit. That would be very silly of me to do. Okay. So it gave me like it's weird. It gives you like a little bit of steps, and then it's like, here, go do this now. And it just dumped a bunch of big steps on me. That's odd. All right, do that. And we do that. And then we'll do the same on the other side, looks like. And that's the end of our blue pieces. That's the end of that blue build, which is fine. And I'm trying to double check as I go, make sure I'm not missing any pieces as we do this. So I don't have to separate things and go back, because that would be bad. I'm very excited about this build. I think this is going to be really fun and really cool. So yeah, those are dark gray pieces. Okay, so that's the big bag here, I guess, is where that came from. Because I do have a big bag that didn't have a number on it. There's just this big bag with no number on it, which I thought was pretty weird. So that's where these pieces are coming from, I guess, which makes sense. So that goes there, and then I guess we did the same thing there with these shorter pieces here, and these. A lot of different shades of gray in this build. So I'm not, not complaining. It's good looking gray. And then it goes like that. That goes like that. And then This is 1, 2, 3. That, okay. Riveting already. Am I right? I would say one of the nice things about doing Gundam kits is even if it's a weird step, I like know how that goes together. Whereas I'm coming like from this. So this is 1,300 pieces, but this is just the first like section. I'm going bag by bag as I do it. So this is just the first bag here. So who knows? Who knows how long this will take? Who knows how strenuous this will be? It's going to be interesting. I'll tell you that. All right. So then we're going here. Yeah, we're already on step 6, which is just finish this off on the other side. Our 2 very long pieces. So I do have a bag off to my side with some bigger components in it that I didn't null because they're giant pieces, and it's just easier to have them on the side than to null those. So we're just doing that there. And I think I'm using that term right. I believe what I'm talking about of separating by color is called nulling, but you know, please don't hold my feet to the fire if I'm saying that wrong. All right, and then you want to put this one here, and then snap these 2 on like this. Great. So we got a nice big base here, base part, and then we're going to build off that base. All right. So you're asking me, Zorbs, what this is. This is all the base part. Go back to the beginning. So it looks like we're doing a lot of the floor here of our Millennium Falcon. Bag 1 is the floor. You can kind of see it down here. But at the same time, it could be something else, and I wouldn't know. Because I haven't, as I said, haven't done this build, so I'm flying a little blind here. All right, so we're going to we'll do some big pieces forward, and we'll do the tiny ones here. That goes like that. All right. And matches on the other side. Yeah, Zorbs, I kind of skimmed over that, so don't worry about it. It's fine. I'm just trying to do this as best I can with as much knowledge as I have. I'm trying also not to drop pieces. I already did, which is great. 13 minutes in. So, hey, everybody who joined up. I'm sure some of you are here. You didn't know that I stream. I stream Gundam model kits and then occasionally other things like Lego. This is the Millennium Falcon. You might not know that this was purchased off my Amazon wish list. That's right. I'm completely thrilled and totally surprised that someone would do that. That's rad as hell. I was very surprised to see this when it came in. But yeah, this was on my Amazon wish list. I'll put a link up to it a little later. Those watching on YouTube will see it in the show description. Yeah, I have this and I have a couple other things. So I'm good on kits for a while. Like I said, I don't know how long this will take, but I have a kit ready to go when this is finally done. And I've got 2 small little things that I'll do when I go to Philadelphia, which is next week. I'm going to do PAX Unplugged, first PAX Unplugged. I will be there doing 404ing it Saturday, 9 p.m. on twitch.tv/PAX2, the number 2. That will be the next live show I have. And I think the last live show I'll have this year. Pretty sure. All right, so I'm pretty much repeating what we did there, just on the front. So it's basically the same thing, just in this case, we're doing the other side, which is great and easy. Yeah, I'm excited to go to Philly. I'm going to do my best to stream when I'm there. I will certainly, the panel that I'm doing at 9 p.m. on next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday, will be streamed. And the hope is that I will, during the day from my Airbnb, I will hopefully be able to stream that Saturday in the afternoon. And I will post and try to make it available to everybody live. That's my hope anyway. and that's the goal anyway, is to stream when I'm in Philly during the day. That's Saturday. But my normal stream this Saturday and next Thursday, streaming normal. Um, I'm going to take Thanksgiving off, but that Friday I'll do a stream. And either that Friday I'll build or I'll do another bonus stream like when I played Hearthstone not too long ago. I might do that Friday and take a day off of building. And then that Saturday I'll build again. Harold, you were able to secure tickets to PAX East. Great. I'll be there. Pasquale, thank you for hosting. I will be at PAX East. I'll do 404ing it. I'll do improvised postmortem. I'll do League of Heels. I don't think I'm going to do like a panel as a build because that would be 4 panels. And I am a lot of things, but I don't think I am ready for that. To do 4 panels, 3 of which I produce by myself. So I don't think I'll do that. I might try to stream when I'm in or stream like the week of, but I definitely don't think that I am going to make any attempt to do a panel show for this for Build with Bear Workshop. Yeah, I just don't think it's feasible. But who knows? They could, like they could tell me ahead of time, like, hey, we don't want to do the improvised postmortem again. In which case, then I would want to have another show. But it was so fun, and even though it's basically just producing bodies, so like not like a thing that I'm gonna worry about. There's not a lot of show production on that one. Once it starts, it just goes, and it's just my funny friends being funny. Zorbs, you're not gonna go to PAX East. It's a little too expensive. Really hard to get in the last year. Yeah, it's hard. All the PAXs. I mean, obviously PAX South is a little bit easier, and they keep expanding PAX South. They want it to be as big as East. That it's hard to get for PAX East and PAX West. I don't begrudge anyone who just like, yeah, I just wasn't available, or I didn't have a friend group where we all tried to get tickets for each other, or any of that stuff. All right, we got another like, this thing's gonna be hard, so here's how you do it. All right. Okay. It's not that hard. This is just connecting pieces. I would call this pretty straightforward. And I'm going to do it once, it looks like. Okay. Yeah, so we're just doing a little like, here's a build thing, make it happen, put it all together, move on, which is fine. Oh, yes, hello, welcome. Thanks everybody for joining me. If this is your first time, if you've been coming by a lot, I really appreciate it. Let me know if you're building anything. I haven't said that yet tonight. You can send me a tweet and I will retweet it if you're working on a project, if you're painting model kits, if you're doing whatever, like anything you're doing. If you're building Gundam yourself, if you're building a Lego set, like if you're doing something and you want to show it off, let me know and I'll retweet it out afterwards. All right, then we gotta go. Yeah. Sometimes people aren't working on anything along. I know some of you like to do projects while you're listening/watching. Johnny Orp, you're still waiting for a kit? All right, well, I hope it comes soon. Okay, so this goes here. So it doesn't, right now, this is not connected. So we've run into our first thing where I have a big piece that's not connected and I have to turn the page, so I have to lift it. This table is maybe not big enough. Isk, you just moved to a new apartment. You're going to get back to painting Warhammer armies when you're all unpacked. I hope you unpack soon because I know that you're going to have a lot of fun doing that. So this table is probably too small for what I'm doing. And I have to put some honest to God thought into that. Probably not today, probably not Saturday, but I'm going to have to put some thought into how I do this and how I continue to work on this project. I'm probably going to have to buy a bigger table. I was hoping to avoid that for a while, but this is just going to become an unwieldy build. So, all right, so we'll do that. And let's put this piece on first. All right. That looks good. And then we'll put it there. Yeah, I didn't really want to avoid getting a new table, so build an IKEA table. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna have to be something that I can put out and break down. Unfortunately, in my apartment, my bedroom, which is where I stream out of, I don't have a spot to keep a big table consistently, which would be great if I could just leave this out and go back to it instead of having to pack and store everything every time. That would be pretty great. All right, so it looks like we're going to push this aside for a second. I'm going to put that over here. I don't know why we haven't put the other piece on there, but we haven't yet. So yes, now we're building, basically something very similar to that side on the other side. Very similar looking piece. But yeah, I'm going to have to look into it. I should say that we are at $75 on my Patreon. And once I reach $100 a month, my first goal at $100 is that I will do a monthly Q&A just for my Patreon backers. And once I hit $150, which is, we're halfway to 150, then I'll start streaming 3 days a week. And one of the benefits of having something like that much income, bonus income, is that I can start getting like quality of life stuff. Like as soon as the Patreon went live, people donated, which was rad as hell, and I bought a new curtain. So my curtains behind me are what I like, and they keep the light out, so daytime streams will be much more possible. Yes, Johnny Orbs, I am in New York City, and space is not great. I have a common room here in my apartment, but I don't want to do that to my roommate. I don't want to like stream out of there. So I'm trying to stream out of my bedroom just to be a little bit more of a good roommate. But that does run into the problem of I want to have a bigger table. I should have a deeper, wider table. So I'm going to look into that. But yeah, if my Patreon starts kicking up a little bit, once it hits $100, I'll start doing a Q&A every month. And it'll probably be easier for me to buy a better table. A folding table that's like a little bit longer and maybe is plastic instead of wood and maybe is a light color instead of a dark color. Those are things that would be helpful. All right, so goes right there, and then one space, go there. I also could just, buy an IKEA table and build it on stream, but I think that would be. I also don't know what I would do with that table. I'd have to lean against a wall, I guess, when I wasn't using it. All right, so we're going to finish this piece off here. We're obviously, as you all know, the Millennium Falcon is not left-right balanced. It's not symmetrical, right? So it's an asymmetrical build. So one side is a little different than the other. And we're now going to, on the next page, we'll place this. It'll be basically the same side, but the pieces are different. All right. So we'll go like that. And turn the page. Great. The nice thing is now we're going to hit the point where we can start connecting these with pieces. And I don't have these weird random pieces that aren't connected to it. That's good. That's very good. What got any more here? Okay, great. I want to say, if you, like me, are in the New York area, I have a comedy show tomorrow. It is my last New York wrestling, comedy wrestling, not improv, comedy wrestling show that I am doing in New York for the rest of the year. It's called AutumnSlamn with an N at the end of slam. And that's tomorrow night. I am wrestling as my character Beach Cop in the main event. I'm taking on the evil laundromat and trying to win the UCBW Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship of the world. So we'll see if I can pull that off tomorrow night. I'm very excited about that. I love comedy wrestling. It's one of my favorite things. I love producing it. I love doing it. And that's tomorrow. I'll put a link in a little bit. We'll take a break at some point, and I'll put a link up, all the links up of things I've mentioned. And of course, in YouTube, the archive will be up there in the description. All right, so we're going to put some more boards on here, which is good. Put some of these long pieces. We'll start making it so I don't have all these weird connections that aren't connected. And I need 2 tiny black ones. All right, so this goes like this. Make sure that all our pieces are facing the right way as we put this on. Apartment is not internet ready until Monday. Moved in, discovered there isn't a coax outlet in the new apartment. See, that's one of those things where you're just like, you kind of take that for granted. You just assume that like every room, like even if every room isn't like cable ready, that there's a coax coming into an apartment and you could just get the internet. Like I guess I take that for granted. I've lived in a lot of apartments and they all had internet, or at least the option of getting internet. I've been toying with the idea of Fios, trying to get a deal so it won't cost me a lot to get it set up and installed. Because my roommate and I just pay the cable company for internet. We don't have cable television. So the idea of, well, if I'm already paying for that, what if I paid for Fios and I had like really good internet instead of like not so great internet like I have? And now that would be pretty cool. All right, so this is coming together. And then I need 2 darker gray pieces that go... Oh, so what I did is I put these 2 on wrong. I've now noticed I did this wrong, so I have to pop these off. And my hope is that by popping them off, I won't mess it up too much. This is good. We had our first mistake, which we can learn from. Like, you should actually look to see where you're putting the pieces before you put them down. And so that goes like this. Great. Not too bad. This isn't going to take too long to fix. This was an easy thing to mistake to repair. Yeah, it was early enough. We caught it because these pieces go here. This is also the problem with working over where we're building over the instructions. So I'm definitely going to have to figure out a solution here because this is going to be a problem. And as we go, we learn, we make mistakes, we learn from those mistakes, and we keep building. And that's why I've been triple checking my work, because as this gets bigger, it'll be harder and harder to fix those mistakes. So we're going to try our best to not make any more mistakes as we go. Yeah, we'll just keep working on it and fix our problems as they come up. All right, what's going on in chat here? Oh, like, yeah, you could put, yeah. I have thought about having some, like, the instructions, like, yeah, on a music stand or something. I'm double checking here because I seem to have messed up. I messed up both sides of this somehow, and I don't know how that's possible, but I goofed this up very badly immediately, which is kind of rad. I'm kind of into it. Kind of psyched about screwing this up so royally so quickly. Cycles of that. What? How would that be possible? What am I missing here? Okay, so that goes like that, and this goes like this. But this would stick out on that side if that happened. All right, so I'm taking everything apart here. I'm trying to figure out what I did wrong so that I can fix it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Ah, I have the wrong size on here. This is the right size. Great. That did not take too long to figure out what I did wrong, which is great. I just had the wrong size on this, and then I have the wrong size on this as well. Okay. You know, I'm going to mess up here and there. I didn't realize that these are two different sizes. As you can see, very noticeable now. Not so noticeable when I'm digging them out of a bag, which is why I wish I had knolled those big pieces. It would have made my life a little easier. I would have noticed it right away. Yeah, no, I mean the goal is to build these and have fun and get this done. And like, you know, I want to get back to Gundams. I love Gundams. I'm gonna have a really good time building this with all of you. I'm looking forward to it very much. But at the same time, I'm totally cool with the idea of like, you know, not doing this forever for the rest of my life. Okay, so that goes on there. Yeah, like there's Gundams that still need building. So at some point, I'm going to have to build those Gundams. Okay. So this goes like this. And that goes just lining this up right. Okay. Like that. Like that. Great. We did it. And then I'm trying to make sure that I've got all my pieces connected. All the long pieces are connected all down the line so that I don't have buckling. It'll make my life a lot easier. And then, so that's like that. Just goes off one there. Then this goes like that. This goes like that. And then this slides in underneath. And I'm going to do it underneath. Show you the undercarriage of our Millennium Falcon right now. Great. No, don't tell me I'm in the bad place, Johnny Warps. I don't want to be in the bad place. I want to be in the good place where I build Lego for a while and then stop building Lego. And it's not my life. Tell me I'm in the bad place. I'm in the good building place with friends watching. If you're building anything, you're working on any projects, let me know. No anime update for today. It's Thursday. Usually that's anime update. This whole season has been bad. Not bad. It's just not anything I like. Love is Like a Cocktail is still very fun. It's cute, but it's 3 minutes. Season 3 of Food Wars is good, but not great. It's just good. I like it, but I don't love it. I wish I did. I wish I was infatuated with it, but I'm not. It's just okay. All right, so we got some odd colored pieces here we're putting on. It's fun. A couple pieces that aren't gray, so that's nice. And also, very easy to find. This bag only had 2 white pieces, so it's pretty easy to find it. Okay, and we're doing these. So yeah. Yeah, so I don't have anything right now as far as like anime recommendations. Just the usual. If you've never seen New Game, ! Now is a great time to watch New Game because there's 2 seasons of it, and it's very good. I like the first season better than the second season, but it's still an awesome show. And then in January we get Overlord, and I'm excited about that because that show is cuckoo bananas. I liked the first season of Overlord. I'm excited that they're gonna do another season. I know the movies are just a recap of the show. I don't know if they add much new information, but I know that there were movies. I haven't seen them yet. I should go and do that before January. But Overlord is like kind of an interesting idea. It's just like instead of a lot of people being trapped in a fantasy world because they were playing a video game, it's just one guy. And so he's dealing with all these NPC kind of characters that are real, including NPCs that he created and he and his former guildmates. So it's kind of cool. Iron Blood Orphans, give it another try, Johnny Warps. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Gundam. Not all Gundams, but it's like a lot of Gundam series does kind of like have some stilted dialogue and long monologues. That's just kind of the style of the shows. Not all of them, but a lot of them. All right. And now I'm putting on stuff here. We're really building this base out. Very excited to do this. All right. So I want to know what size this is here. I know these three are all that size, so I'm going to do something that hopefully I won't do too much, where I'm going to count this to figure out what size square I need. 3, 4, 8. It's 8 by 2, 4, 6, 8 by 8, and an 8 by 8, okay? I don't have an 8 by 8 here, which means it's in this random bag. Is it in this random bag? Yes, it is. Great. 8 by 8 is in our extra big piece bag, which is not labeled. It has no number. That's the one thing I wish that, like, it's nice because you don't have any language here, but it would be kind of nice, a kind of nice quality of life thing, if they, if Lego just like put the number by number or something like that, you know, let you know that that was an 8 by 8 that I was looking for. Would have saved me some time. All right, and then we're just putting this. Great. Yeah, we're getting a lot of our base done. Yeah, I mean, I'm always talking about Iron Blood Orphans. I'm always going to go subtitle over dub in most cases, not every case, but in most cases, and traditionally anyway. And then Crunchyroll occasionally gets it wrong, but for the most part, they do a pretty good job of it, especially a lot of shows that are running simulcast. I think that, you know, if it was a DVD release, they would take more time with the translation. But for the most part, they do a pretty good job. Okay, so that's actually, just noticed that that's wrong, so I'm going to fix that. That's good to notice that that's wrong there. All right, great. Look at this. We're getting a lot done. 38 minutes in, we're really building out our Falcon. We're getting some shapes in here. Starting to look like something. Okay. So then we need big pieces here. 2 pieces here. Yep, perfect size. I don't even need to look up that size because it's perfect there. All right. I also don't know, like, I could look that up. I don't know how many pieces are in each bag. I mean, obviously, it's going to be different per bag, but getting some work done. But yeah, right now, this particular season, I know that Ancient Magus Bride people are into. I haven't watched that, but I've know some people that are into that show. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 by 3, 3, 6, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nope, not that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, that's this piece. And 2 of these. You know, of course, I don't have Anime Strike, so I'm only getting my animation right now from Crunchyroll. So there might be something up. Oh, Johnny Warps, yeah, you had to deal with a lot of international stuff and fan subs, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are less options out there, but the other side of it is, for me anyway, is that, like, it's the convenience of having it all together. Like, your official releases, regular schedule, announcements of when things are coming out, stuff like that. But yeah, I'm sure that you would like to have more options than you have. All right, so we're doing some gray pieces here. 4 of these. But yeah, I totally understand, and I get where you're coming from about how it sometimes feels like you have less options now by the legal route. But that's part of growing up, is going, okay, well, I'm going to do it the right way, and it's not the most convenient way. And I falter here and there myself, or not even falter. Like, so a thing that Crunchyroll does is they, get licenses for seasons of shows, but they don't often license the OAVs, either the TV specials or bonuses on the DVDs, stuff like that. So like, if I want to watch episode 13 of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, I can't watch that on Crunchyroll. Or 14, sorry, episode 14. I can't watch episode 14 on Crunchyroll because they don't have it. Because they didn't license it. So I have to watch it on a fan sub if I want to watch it. Or I could, I guess, or I could choose to not watch it. Same thing with there's an episode that's in between, it's filler, in between 2 seasons of New Game. I watched that on a fan sub because that's not available commercially anywhere. If it was, I would watch it commercially, but I can't. And then sometimes they do have them, like I forget. You know what? I forget which show, but there's a show out there that had like an OAV. It was like a 1-episode OAV, and they aired it. And that just seems like, I don't know. I don't know when that happens, and I don't know how that happens, but it does. All right, so this goes here. That's, but yeah, so sometimes it's hit or miss, and you don't really know why a thing is like, and the choices they make, and it's people licensing and all that kind of stuff. So it's it can be kind of daunting to keep up with all of it. But I still prefer that over, just fan subbing things and going that route. I'd much rather pay for my anime because I can pay for it. All right, so this piece, I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Lining this up right. Try here. Yeah, if you're watching anything, watching any TV, let me know what's good out there and what you're watching. I'm gonna make sure. I'm trying to be extra careful about this piece here because I don't know. It's hard to count where this goes. Going from below. And then also, I'm try and take this off. Nope, it doesn't want to come off. Great. We'll try it this way. Nope, can't do it that way. Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. I think I might put this piece down. Stranger Things Season 2. Yeah, I like Stranger Things Season 2. I even like the episode that everybody doesn't like. I didn't hate it. Okay, so this just looks like it's even. We're going to put it like that, and we'll find out later if I fucked this up. But I don't think I did. I think I did it right. And then we've got 3 connection pieces there. Those 2, that little piece. Okay, great. Just making sure that I'm doing all of this right. Covering it up where it needs to get covered up as we go through this process of building our Millennium Falcon. I'm so jazzed about this, y'all. I keep, saying how shocked I was when I was told I had a big package waiting for me from Amazon, and it turned out to be the Millennium Falcon. Because I put this up kind of as a lark. This and the Zeta Gundam Perfect Grade, I kind of like never expected to ever have anyone, pick it up for me. So it's a real, I'm really, to take a term from the British because I think it's the best applicable. I'm real chuffed about this one. I kind of can't believe that I have it, that I'm working on this build. It's really cool. So thank you to I still don't know. I know who got me Soligeo. Martin is out there. But I don't know who got me this. This is still anonymous because you did not leave a note. So to my mysterious benefactor that purchased on Amazon, thank you very much. I'll keep saying that. Harold, I haven't watched Star Trek Discovery yet. I keep hearing mixed things. I haven't been, I haven't been keeping up, but I've been hearing, some goods and I've been hearing some bads. So I don't know quite what to make of that. I hope it's excellent. Hope people really like it, but. All right, so we're doing with some dark gray here. And put on there. And we'll do that. Wait a little bit here. Yeah, people had a Stranger Things episode that, you know, they didn't really like the. I won't spoilers or anything, but there's an episode that people generally didn't like, and then it maybe felt like maybe it was a meme that people didn't like it, that they did like it, but they're just like kind of went along with it when it was the thing to not like. Couldn't really tell if it was genuinely a thing or people were just like, oh yeah, that's the one. I didn't like that one, you know. I couldn't really tell you for sure what the truth was. And did I miss a piece? Yes, I did. I did miss that. At some point, I was supposed to put 2 of these on. So, see, I missed something. Neo Shadow 619, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. If you're not already following me, if you're watching and you're not a follower, please give me the follow so that you know when I'm streaming. My next stream will be Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time until 10:30 p.m. this Saturday at 9 p.m. I will be streaming. Again, I stream on Thursdays and Saturdays. Next Saturday, I'll be doing the afternoon because I will be streaming at 9 p.m. It just won't be here. It'll be on twitch.tv/PAX2 as I stream next Thursday, as I host, I should say, 404ing it, Breaking Down the Internet. I'll be hosting that. My guests for that show at PAX Unplugged are Max Temkin from Cards Against Humanity, my good friend Max, and also we've got Austin Walker from Waypoint joining us. Austin's going to come down, which is great. And then we will have Angela Weber from the Double Clicks, who I've finally gotten to meet in person this year, who I've been internet friends with for a long time. And I'm very excited to have her on the panel. It's going to be real good and real classy. She's going to really class up 404ing it with her disposition and positivity. So I'm very excited about that. That'll be like my last, other than building, my last like appearance on the internet probably this year. Great. So let's see here. Okay, we're getting towards the end of this page here, which is exciting. We'll keep plugging away. Once we finish this book, or not book, bag, I should say. Once we finish bag 1, we will move on to bag 2, and I'll take a break and start promoting things that are happening with me. I'll put some links up here in the Twitch stream, and then of course, as always, that's in the archive on YouTube. Hello, people watching on YouTube later. Great. So this goes over here. Sticks out one there. Looks like it sticks out. Great, that's fine. Working on our, and this goes by 2. Wow, 50 minutes in. That's pretty rad. All right, so this has been bag 1 plus some big pieces in its own weird bag, which still has like this weird tube. I don't know. That's in the weird big bag. So that's the end of bag 1. We got a couple extra pieces, which is very nice of Lego. There's a couple extras, so I'm going to put that aside in bag 1. That'll go back to the bottom. And we've got bag 2. Let's get some links out of the way. I'm going to go into my here. We'll do chat. I got my Patreon. I've got my Amazon wish list. I've got those things and my coffee. These are all ways to support me. If you can't, financially or just because you're not into it, if you can't support me here on by being a subscriber on Twitch, these are other ways that you can support so I can keep streaming twice a week and hopefully sometime 3 times a week. That's the goal, especially if you hit Patreon. That would be the goal there, $150 on Patreon, and then I do an afternoon stream on Tuesdays. Here are the shows I've got coming up. I've got AutumnSlamn tomorrow night here in New York. No recording of that. That's just a live event. There'll be photos, but no recording, no way to watch that on stream or anything. That's not something we do at UCB. It's just you got to be there. And then also there is the information about my show, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday at PAX Unplugged. And, oh, here we go. So, this past Sunday at GXEast, I did 404ing it. That's right, I'm going to do 2 404ing it this month. So that's at PAX East. I did, not PAX East, GXEast. I did 404ing it with Danielle Riendo and Alexandra Van Chasteen and Abby Russell. And I have an archive on YouTube, so you can watch that. It turned out great. It's a really positive panel, very funny. Everybody brought stuff that was cool. It got weird at the end in a way that was very good. Abby brought the weird. I think we definitely showed a video that made people feel a little uncomfortable, and I think that's great. So those are all my plugs right here in the middle of the show. We did a whole bag here. I'm very proud of that. Look at this thing. We're going to keep building off of it. Let's go and get into it. So I'm going to push it aside just for a moment. We'll come back to it very soon. But we got some knolling to do. So let's do some knolling. I'm going to try to open up this bag. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mute my audio, open this bag, and then unmute it because I know how much people hate it. So I'll be back in a second with audio. All right, audio's back. I know I got 2 smaller bags in here. We'll deal with that. But that big bag made a crinkling noise that people were just going to hate. So this is going to be interesting knolling because we got a lot of like equipment, accoutrement. So we're going to, I'll do this on stream. I'm just going to start separating by color, and then I'll start separating by like things that are similar. So there's different shades of gray, so we kind of put those where I can find them, and then I'll subdue it. That's that like that gray. This is like that black. This is a brown piece here. This is a different color brown, so we'll do that. And we're just going to go through and start separating by that, and then I will separate even further. And then when I need to find a piece, it's almost instantaneous, and it's rad. Knolling is a godsend, and I'm so glad I know about it. This project would be very tough if I didn't start doing that. It's a little bit of legwork, and it's not necessarily the most fun part of a build, but it's really helpful if you can just like look at a color really quickly and then go for it. So we'll do that, we'll do that, with that. That's over there. That's over here. Especially when you start doing like big pieces that are very similar. It's very helpful to have the ability to quickly figure out what you need. Like, I'm going to be able to find this piece no matter what, right? It's weird. I'm going to find it no matter what. But it's still easier to be like, oh, it's in the light gray section. Okay. Yeah, so we're just kind of separating stuff by color. We'll separate it even more, and then once I'm done separating by color, I'll then organize by color by putting like pieces together. It'll be a lot easier to find them. There's some really interesting, very custom pieces in this set. Very excited. And then also, I love stuff like this. Like this is a classic piece, the kind of cabinet shelving space. You're going to find this in a lot of Lego sets. It's fun to have those kind of pieces because sometimes they're put into strange situations, or not strange situations, but used strangely. I enjoy when they get creative because as they're building these kits, they want to use pieces that are common because then it's a lot cheaper for them to do that. All right, so I'm going to do black over here, green here. I'm going to try to be careful because some of these pieces could roll, which would be awful for me. And then I'll stack some stuff as well. Great. So this is a great time for any questions. If you have any questions for me in the chat, anything you're curious about, you want to talk about, that'll be good because this is kind of a little bit mindless, and then it will get intense again as we start building. But right now, the knolling process I can do, and also chat about anything. Anything you want to talk about there in the chat room, feel free to let me know. I gotta have my fan going here because the heat is on in my bedroom, and if I didn't have a fan going, I would sweat away, and we would lose me forever. Just a big puddle of sweat. So yeah, if there's anything in the chat you want to talk about, let's see if there's anything I can think about. We don't have to get political, but I will say, as the new accusations come out and are in the world of comedy, which I am a part of, I believe women, and particularly in the case of Louis C.K., it is a not well kept secret. There are lots of articles about it in the past, lots of accusations in the past, uh, lots of stories that you would hear from people that were very quiet about it because it was just a thing that people didn't want to think about and didn't want to deal with, which is how those kinds of things keep going, and particularly in this American society, is that people are just like, well, because then it's like, well, do I have to choose not to like a thing because of they're bad, which is a choice you have to make yourself. But I'll say this, I mean, yeah, a lot of the times, I'm not trying to get into the art versus artist like debate and all of that, but I do say once you know something and you have to actively ignore a thing you know so that you can like a thing, it's time to examine why you like that thing. And that's kind of where I'll leave it. It's way easier to hate on stuff or to hate on creators when you don't like the things that they make. It's way harder to take a stand when it's something that you enjoy. And I'm not being like crazy here when I say that, but you know, it's a weird thing when you're like, I really like that thing that you made, but oh no, well, not anymore, and that can be rough. It's like the world of professional wrestling seems poised to forgive Hulk Hogan for being a trash person, and I'm not down for that. So when inevitably WWE decides they're going to embrace Hulk Hogan again, that'll be probably it for me in the WWE for a very long time. That's just because it's the thing where it's like, nope, not going in for that. Not going to re-engage with Hulk Hogan. But yeah, I don't know. And the Warrior. Fuck. I wasn't terribly upset with the Warrior coming back because even if you're a garbage human, even if you're a garbage person, people that do a job like professional wrestling, I still wouldn't mind you getting that paycheck. Get that paycheck at the end, feed your family because you've broken your body to do the thing. But the canonizing we've done of Warrior, the man, of Jim, is bad, is incredibly bad and problematic at fucking and ridiculous. But Hulk Hogan is trash, and I'm bummed that we're poised to forgive him. And I don't know, I have to make the decision. I'm already kind of out of wrestling, but I pop back in here and there. So it's a thing of like, okay, well, is this it for me or not? And that's a tough choice, and it's a choice that I don't tell people. I'm not telling people how to react to that stuff. If there are directors you still enjoy their movies and they still mean a great deal to you, even though they're garbage people, like I can't necessarily begrudge you for that. Johnny Orps, you do make that a good point. I mean, part of Louis C.K.'s thing is the self-deprecating thing. Like he already hates himself, so why should I hate him? Which is like an all-right comedy stance, but not a great it's not forgiveness. And also, like most things, I will go a long way if people, make amends and make attempts to get better. I don't remember the YouTube guy, but there's the streamer this week. It was a very minor story. It was just a streamer who was like talking about how he didn't like being insulted, and he's really mature, and the person who was trash talking him, that's all they do is talk trash, and they should grow up. And then people were just like, you've used your position as a famous game person to pursue relationships outside of your marriage. And he was like, oh, shit, yeah. And it's like, come on. You can't be holier than thou if you're trash. Don't act holier than thou. Don't say shit. Like, come on. From a practical standpoint, forget the fact that like that's shitty and awful and lame. Like, forget all of that. Like, fucking yeah, that Overwatch dude. Jesus Christ. Johnny Warps, yes. Sexy Star had an issue in Mexico, and the nice thing about that was, where she was, you know, she was going in for herself. She was going against script and actually trying to hurt someone, and basically people were just like, "You are not welcome in the locker room that I'm in." And the industry as a whole, the indie scene, kind of rallied against it. It's like that's the thing. If you hurt if your behavior, even if it's self-destructive, if your wrestling behavior puts people at risk in ways that they did not sign up for, then you are hurting everyone, including yourself, and you're hurting the business. And it's like, no one should stand for that. Which is like very basic fucking independent, like independent contractors who don't have health insurance, don't want to work with someone that might hurt them at any point for no good reason. Johnny Warps, I think that's very accurate. If you don't want to be in a monogamous relationship, you shouldn't be in one. No one's making you. So, well, I mean, I guess sometimes if you're in love with someone and they want to be monogamous, then you have to, you know, be on the same page with them. There are certainly people who are in poly relationships with one of the people is not poly. There are people who are in multiple partner relationships where they are the one, or people that are in relationships where one of the people sees other people and the other doesn't because they're just not their thing. That certainly has worked for people. That's out there. But yeah, my basic point was, if you're going to be like, hey, grow up, and you know that all that shit's going to come out, like, come on. All right. So we nulled. That took a little while. I apologize. Oh, Danny, 100% I agree with you. I'm happy that people are listening. It's never always been the case. Like I said, the Louis C.K. thing is just like a known fucking thing in the world. Like I'm nobody, and I fucking know enough comedians who had really bad issues with him, and run-ins with him. So like, the fact that people are finally starting to not only be able to talk, but able to be heard. The fact that people are listening more and believing more, it's still shocking to me that like the amount of people that are just like, there was a thread on Twitter today about someone just like, retweet this if you've ever had a penis exposed to you on the subway and been masturbated at in the subway. And the amount of responses from dudes that are just like, that happens, is like, yeah, dude, it fucking bus stops, all that shit. Yes, it happens. It's been happening. Like, read a fucking book, listen to a fucking person, like, talk to your friends, and listen to them when they talk. There's a lot out there. There's stuff in New York in the comedy scene, in the smaller comedy scene, that friends of mine are dealing right now. That some people are there was a breach of trust in a comedy theater, not the one that I'm at, not at UCB, but another one in New York, a small one that was like focused on, kind of built around one guy. He kind of made his own little theater where he was the main focus of it, and the students there, and just really ruined a lot of people's trust. Um, just like untold like relationships with students, and just making people feel really uncomfortable, and then like just trying to keep like you have to walk away for something like this happens when you're found out for the behavior that you do, when it becomes a known thing. You have to walk away from it even if you built it. That's the because then people can't you have to let people one, two, three. You have to let people have a chance to move on from your awfulness. I'm not saying that right. There's a better way to say it. But even if you feel like you've been railroaded, even if you feel like it's not you and people are wrong and they're whatever and liars and all the other stuff, at a certain point, if you're truly a good person that has been railroaded, you have to go, well, I can't come back from this that way. Can't come back from it. This is done because trust has been broken. And I also want to be like bigger, like the shitty dude in New York that moved to another town and still teaches improv to people. And it's just like, no, that shouldn't work. Like when you're a garbage person and hurt people, you don't get to just do it again in another place. Like, nah, the internet's here. You can't do that shit. Like, you gotta like fix yourself and be better. I know folks were joking about a games journalist who kind of fell from the public eye on purpose because of some bullshit and garbage on the internet, and then he like popped in a couple weeks ago, and people were just like, "Nope, no, dude, no thanks." Hi, Garen. Yes, you've missed bag 1. We're on bag 2. I mean, this build is going to take a while. Like, this is not. We got 1,300 pieces. This is not 100 pieces, I don't think. But we're making progress. We're getting stuff down. I'm really going to have to look into another table. I might have to just go and bite the bullet and buy a table on Saturday during the day. I wasn't going to leave the apartment, but I'm already outgrown this table with this build. So I think on Saturday you're going to see a new folding table here in Build Central, the Build with Baer workshop, because this is not working. What I need for the book to be here, and then I need this to happen instead of this. So, oh, Hygarian, that's awesome. So, Hygarian won the first ever thing, the first thing we built on the stream, the Shining Gundam from G Gundam. When I did my first raffle, when I hit, was it 15? Yes, when I hit 15 subscribers, we did the first raffle. Hygarian won that. And then I'm sending out the second one. That's in the mail. It's very funny that 2 people in Europe won. Let me get a drink of water here, y'all. Hold on one second. Apologize for that. So I got another about 20 minutes here in the build. Yeah, so the Ecto 1 went out. It's in 2 pieces. Oh, I apologize, Hygarian. I wrapped it as best I could. I wrapped it in so much stuff and did my best. But the nice thing about those is they do snap back together. So I hope you can put it back together and take a photo of it. And let me see my baby. That was the Shining Gundam from G Gundam. Was the first thing we built on stream. And oh, that's awesome. I'm really glad that you got that in the mail. I was wondering about that. Okay, so this goes over here. All right, so we got some. Those are 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I got to do that over here. Shipping isn't great, especially shipping overseas. But yeah, it takes a while, and then I'll, it's not the cheapest thing in the world, but you do it, and I'm very happy to have it. But I am sort of hoping that when we hit 50 subscribers, which will be a bit from now, it's going to take a little while, that I hope when we hit 50, that someone in the continental United States wins that one. I'm, I'm just saying that it was funny that the two people that won are both in Europe, and I got to send it out there. Of only running it twice, and then that happened. Okay, so I'm putting these short little guys on here, our short friends here. I love this build so far. It's been really fun, and I haven't had too many mistakes, so that's been good too. No reason really to get retrospective this early in a build, but okay, so 8 of those. So 1, 2. Okay, I did miss 1. Great. There, great. All right, turn the page. We've already done 30 pages. Of course, not a lot happens on some of these pages, so that's not. But considering that this book is 500 or 100 and something pages, that's pretty good. Yeah. So actually, this I should say I don't have it. It's far away. I'm not going to get up and get it. But I will say that the box for this is actually damaged a little bit. One of the corners is bent in on the box. Nothing's wrong with it, obviously, here, but the box did see some damage, which is a bummer. All right, so 8 and 8. So what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to actually get the 8 pieces I need, and then put them on, so that way I know, and I'll go in a circle here. This is a good when you're doing things that are the same piece in just different places. Following this along and around should mean that you don't miss a piece. That is the nice thing about Lego, since I didn't always have that back in the day, is having at the top corner, it tells me how many pieces I need. That's very helpful. Very, very helpful. I've still missed things here and there, but overall, it seems like I am finding what I need. So I'll be doing this, obviously, this Saturday, next Thursday, and then that following Saturday when I'm in Philly, I'm going to try to do an afternoon stream a week from this Saturday, and my goal is to I have 2 mega constructs that I'll be doing, which have been they were really fun. That Charmeleon was great, and I'll spoil it. I got a War Turtle and I got an Ivysaur, because when I bought the Charmeleon, I was like, well, I should finish this starter middle set. So I've got the other 2 that I'll build in when I am in Philadelphia for PAX Unplugged. I'll do that Saturday afternoon stream. Will be that. Okay, great. So now I've got this one piece here. These are 2 pieces. This is kind of interesting. This is a trap door, which is fun. That's pretty cool. I like that the handle is facing in instead of out. That's kind of fun. Put that up to this camera. War Turtle is great. Garian, thank you for the 3rd month subscription. I really appreciate it. Thank you for that. If you've got your Twitch coin, you want to throw it my way, that'd be great. Or if you're a $5 subscriber, then you get this cool little Baer. The Baer Cave, made by Alexandra. And then next year, so in January, I'm going to get my first check from, because there's this whole thing where you have to hit a certain threshold, blah, blah, because I'm an affiliate, not a partner, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know any of that stuff. All you need to know is that, like, I'm going to get paid at some point by Twitch. And when I do get that check, what I'm going to do with that money is get more emotes. So I'm going to get a second emote for the $5 tier, and I'm going to get an emote just for the $10 tier. That's the next goal that is coming. But it's not something that I can do right now. But I do want to do that. I think it's important to me that I do that. So yeah, so that's coming at some point. Putting these little pieces on here, putting this on there, just snapping some pieces on. Nothing super exciting at the moment. But hi, Garen. I'm really glad that you got it. I was wondering because it was a little while ago that I sent that, so I was hoping that you got that kit. Yeah. The next kit that I'm sending out, I think, is the Master Gundam from G Gundam, because I'm keeping the Death Scythe. That Death Scythe, like, I'm not going to try to keep too many of these kits because that would just become a nightmare for me of having so many kits. But there are a few here and there that I really want to still have. So, and that's one of them. So yes, I'm definitely keeping that one. Let me just. Okay, there is a space there. I'm noticing now that something is off, and I'm gonna see about what that is. So I'm just looking at it. There's right here. It looks like there is a gray piece there, but I don't see it on this side. So somewhere along the line, I was supposed to put a gray piece on the bottom. So I'm actually going to go back. I'm really glad I noticed this now. I'm going to go back to the last time that this was flipped over, which was a while ago, and see what went wrong there. Nope, that's fine. That's like that. That's like that. So it's not there. It goes like this. It goes like this. It goes like this. It's this side. There's something that I did wrong. I'm trying to figure out. Go back a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to figure this out. This doesn't seem to be wrong, but it is. Not really sure how that gets messed up. So let me just quickly see if I can figure this out real quick, because I don't want to take all the time in the world to do it. Yeah, when it comes over, it goes like this. Maybe I just didn't put this out far enough. That could be it. Oh, I think that's what it is. Okay. I think this is wrong. Huh. 4x4. That's wrong. Sorry about that. Yeah, I mean, it's also tough because, you and I have some different schedules, so I understand how sometimes it's hard to make those match. All right, so that didn't seem wrong, but something's off. We'll find out if I did something very wrong very soon. So I guess let's go on like that. Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out. Right now, it looks like I think I did okay here, but we'll find out in the future if I did wrong or right. And I might just be losing my mind a little bit. But I think everything's going to be okay on that. And then, all right, back to back 2. Sorry about this, y'all. I don't want to waste your time, but I also, all right, I think that's right. I think that's fine. It's just like looks, It's just like the angle of this design, I think, is wrong. It's making me think something that isn't there is there. So I think we're good. I think everything's okay. Got a little lost in the weeds there. All right, so we're gonna finish off a little finishing touches on here, and then we'll continue. I'll have to bag up all this stuff, and then don't worry, I'm going to re-null all of this on this table before the stream starts. This for the next stream, so you don't have to watch me do that on stream. But every time I get to a bag, I'm gonna be nulling. So that's something to be aware of, because I'm gonna want to, because it's just way easier to just look for a color than it is to look in a bag and try to rifle through a bag over and over again looking for things. This is way simpler for my brain. I also I want to do this right. What I don't want to do is have to take apart, do a huge amount of this, take a huge amount of this apart. That would be awful. All right, so that's like that, and long piece, and I actually might be able to just leave this table out. Like I have it here until Saturday, but on Saturday I'll definitely have to null, because I don't want to leave this out until the next Thursday. All right, so trapdoors, trapdooring. I'll test that out. That's fun. Trapdoor. All right, so I'm going to wrap up here. We're on page 32. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mark it with my pen so that I know what page we left off on. That we haven't done that yet. Just a little Sharpie, just to let me know that when I look in there. And I'll put the sticker in as a bookmark too. Double use. Okay, so I'm going to put this stuff, I'm going to leave this stuff here. Hope that everything's cool. We did some good progress here. We worked on a floor. I'm feeling really good about that. I'm going to put all my links in again for all the stuff that I'm doing. My Patreon, my wish list. I'm probably good on my wish list. I'm not going to tell you not to do it, but I'm good for a bit here. Tweet at me stuff that you're working on. I'll be back at oh, thank you, Hungarian. Thank you for watching that. So I'll be back on Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I will be continuing this build. We will finish bag 2. We'll move on to bag 3. Maybe we'll get to bag 4. I don't know. But this is like gonna be a Millennium Falcon. It's gonna take some time before it really starts looking like one. But I'm very excited to do this. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for being so active in the chat. I put in my Patreon. I'd love to get to $100 and make a Q&A. This is going to go, speaking of Patreon, the archive of this will go for them first tonight here, and then everybody else will get it tomorrow on Friday. That's how the Patreon works. For $5, you get to do that, and $10, you get to help choose what I buy next and what I build next. I bought something based on the voting that my $10 backers on Patreon, my patrons for $10 picked, but it'll be a while before I build that, because I got to do this. So thanks so much. Have a great rest of your Thursday or Friday or Wednesday, whatever it is for you. I'll be back in 2 days with another stream. So goodbye.